Hooray! It's National Coffee Day! It's September 29th, and that means in America, it's National Coffee Day! It's an occasion that is used to promote and celebrate coffee as a beverage. If you learn anything from this amazing video, it should be that you can get free coffee today from such awesome businesses as Krispy Kreme, Wawa, and Dunkin. While other nations celebrate International Coffee Day just 2 days later on October 1st, the United States started its national holiday years before the International Day was established. Coffee grown all around the world can be traced back to the ancient coffee forests on the Ethiopian plateau. There, legend says that the goat herder Kaldi first discovered the potential of these beans. The story goes that Kaldi discovered coffee after he noticed that after eating the berries from a certain tree, his goats became so energetic that they did not want to sleep at night. Oh no! Kaldi reported his findings to the abbot of the local monastery, who made a drink with the berries and found that it had the same effect on him. It kept him alert through the long hours of evening prayer. The abbot shared his discovery with the other monks at the monastery, and soon the knowledge of the energizing berries began to spread. Coffee is a delicious drink brewed from ground, roasted beans. These beans are actually the seeds from a fruit, which is called a coffee cherry. Inside each one there are 2 beans. A coffee tree can grow up to 30 feet high. Each tree is covered with green waxy leaves growing opposite each other in pairs. Because it grows in a continuous cycle, it is not uncommon to see the flowers, green fruit, and ripe fruit simultaneously on the same tree. Did you know it was way back in the 1400s that coffee cultivation and trade began in the Arabic Peninsula? It was grown in Yemen, and over the next 100 years, it spread across the continent. Coffee was not only enjoyed in homes, but also in many public coffee houses, which began to appear in cities across the Near East. Not only did the customers drink fresh coffee and engage in conversation, they also listened to music, watched performers, played chess, and kept up on current events. In 1615, coffee made its way to Europe, where the local clergy in Venice condemned it as the bitter invention of Satan. The controversy was so great that Pope Clement VIII was asked to intervene. He had to taste it for himself before making a decision. He found it so satisfying that after staying awake for 3 days, he gave it papal approval. It was in the 1600s that coffee was brought to New Amsterdam, now known as New York. Even though coffee houses rapidly began to appear, tea continued to be the favorite drink of choice until 1773, where the American colonists revolted against a heavy tax on tea imposed by King George III. This revolt, known as the Boston Tea Party, would forever change the American drinking preference to coffee. And it was way back in 2005 that National Coffee Day was celebrated in the United States, with the special deals being offered in coffee shops, donut shops, and gas stations across the nation. Soon after, in 2015, the first official International Coffee Day was celebrated in Milan. It is also celebrated on this day by Germany, Mexico, Japan, New Zealand, and England. Independent scientific evidence shows that coffee, with or without caffeine, is associated with many unique health benefits, including increased longevity and decreased risk of multiple cancers and chronic diseases. Like regular coffee, decaf coffee begins as green unroasted beans. The hard beans are warm and soaked in liquid to dissolve and remove the caffeine. Then the beans are washed, steamed, and roasted at temperatures that evaporate the liquids that were used in the decaffeination process. This removes about 97% of the caffeine. A typical cup of decaf coffee has about 2 milligrams of caffeine, compared to the typical cup of regular coffee, which has about 95 milligrams of caffeine. Regulators and health authorities around the world have established that a moderate intake of caffeine can be part of a healthy diet for most adults, generally up to 400 milligrams per day. Wow, that's 5 cups of coffee a day! And it was way back in 1971 that a little Seattle company called Starbucks changed the way we look at our coffee shops. Go around the nation to find unique ways to order cups of coffee. get a regular in New York City, or a cappuccino in San Francisco. And make sure you visit your local Caribou or your Waffle Houses for their coffee specials. Coffee makes us feel good first thing in the morning. The darker the color, the more flavorful the brew. There's nothing like grinding your own beans and inhaling the earthy smell of the fresh grounds. Every morning, 65% of Americans drink a good, strong cup of joe to get them going for the rest of their day. How do you take yours? Happy National Coffee Day, everyone!
Thank you for listening today. My name is Kevin. Welcome to my channel, Everything Kevin. If you like this video, please press like below. If you'd like to see more, please press subscribe. Take it easy, man.